Hello, beautiful people! I'd like to dedicate my video today to the French perfume brand ID Parfums, also known as Le Monde en Parfum, which is part of the group Rocher company and was founded in 1996. The brand describes itself as a creative and passionate perfume house whose values are rooted in the excellence and tradition of fine French perfumery. The main theme running through this house's creations is the art of travel fragrances inspired by impressions gathered from different journeys. ID Parfums calls itself a perfumer voyager, saying that each fragrance is an invitation to a particular destination, era, or occasion. So, let's see what era or place Le Secret de la Rose, which translates as the secret of the rose, will take us back to. This eau de toilette was created by perfumer Anne Filippo in 2001 and is no longer in production. I bought the fragrance from a French collector, and I can say that the time hasn't affected the quality of its components. The scent is still smooth, without the oily or bitter notes typical for older aromas. First, let's look at the packaging. The rose prints everywhere, as well as the fragrance name already suggests that rose is the main note of this composition. Look how perfectly the design matches the engraving on the glass at the bottom of the bottle. Furthermore, there are inscriptions in French on the sides of the box. The first inscription that the company uses only the highest quality essences and raw materials to create its perfumes. The second is more poetic. Birth of flower, gift of Venus. The eternal and precious rose reveals its secret, a divine elixir of seduction. It also mentions that the fragrance contains 1% of a special variety of cantifolia rose, also known as the cabbage rose, which grows in the perfume capital of Grasse and is considered the queen, the absolute of all roses. A small insert, written in French and German, was discovered inside the box. The text translates to "The secret of the rose is revealed to offer you divine moments and moments of heavenly fragrant pleasure." This seemingly small yet delightful design element enhanced the composition's mystique. As you can see, I have the eau de toilette version, but the brand also released another fragrance in a nearly identical bottle, in perfume concentration called Rose Divine. Unfortunately, nowadays it is very hard to find. If you are lucky enough to own this fragrance, or both, please share your impressions and tell me whether, in your opinion, the secret of the rose resembles Rose Divine. I really like the bottle. First, it has an unusual shape, and second, every detail brings the rose to the forefront. Even the cap resembles a pearl with a rose in the center. For some reason, the cap on my bottle doesn't fit tightly and tends to fall off easily. Perhaps this deformation is due to age, but overall the bottle itself is in good condition. All the necessary information about the fragrance and the manufacturer is printed on a sticker along the narrow glass side. Well, it's time to get to the main point. What kind of scent does this bottle contain? The composition includes aldehydes, blackcurrant, rose, geranium, cedar, and vanilla. From the first spray, I clearly detect geranium. It gives the scent a certain freshness and moist quality. Very quickly the rose joins in, gradually gaining strength before melting into a creamy base thanks to the aldehydes. Some might find that the aldehydes make the composition more soapy than creamy, but to my nose it's closer to a rich, thick cream. I can't say there are any other notes that strongly define the overall fragrance. For me, it's primarily rose. Rose petals softened by a creamy undertone. 3 sprays create a noticeable trail, but the scent can feel heavy and tiring. 1 spray, on the other hand, settles like a rose-scented skincare veil, subtle and intimate. Perhaps that's exactly the kind of effect some rose lovers are looking for. The average longevity is around 5 hours, though I sometimes still catch its trace at the end of the day, especially in my hair. Quite impressive for an eau de toilette. For me, there is no great mystery in this composition. It's simply and honestly about the rose, because this flower was already embodied countless times by perfumers in different ways. This fragrance reveals its best qualities in winter. In the cold air, the rose becomes fresher, more transparent, lighter and more ethereal in its trail. In the summer, however, the bouquet quickly sinks into a creamy base and can feel unbearably heavy. In my opinion, this scent is for those who wish to add it to their collection as a rarity, even though it lacks complex development or intricate interplay between notes. As for the perfume brand's original idea of travel, where each scent evokes a specific moment or place, the fragrance might call to mind a morning in the fall garden, when certain rose varieties are still in bloom. I see in it the image of a serene, contemplative woman from the era of the First French Empire under Napoleon Bonaparte, admiring the roses of fading October within the walls of her stone castle. Thank you for watching. I wish you a good day, and may your journey today be covered with rose petals and the golden rays of the sun.